expected to give birth. She and her husband had decided that they didn't want to know the sex of the baby beforehand. Mia's plans, however, did not include marriage or children for at least 5 or 6 years. She'd completed her internship, passed her medical boards, and was now focused on her residency. Belinda's gaze shifted from her sister Chandra to her cousin. "You stay here, Denise. After all, you're the bride and people shouldn't see you before the ceremony. I'll go get Uncle Hyman." Denise nodded. When she'd asked Chandra to be her matron of honor, she knew Chandra was pregnant. However, the baby wasn't expected until mid to late January. "Okay," she said. "I'll wait here." Mia and Denise sat on either side of Chandra, holding her hand. The resemblance between the 3 cousins was remarkable. They were undeniably Eaton women, having inherited their rich golden brown coloring and thick curly hair from their paternal grandmother, Libby Harris Eaton. Denise looked at Mia. "I can't believe you're serious about doing your residency in West Virginia instead of Texas." A smile parted her lips. "Believe it, cousin. Doctors are as scarce as hen's teeth in the area where I plan to practice." "Had you considered becoming a small-town doctor before you went to Matewan for my brother's wedding?" Denise's brother, Xavier Eaton, had married Selena Yates in Charleston, South Carolina, after a whirlwind romance. The two had repeated their vows in a West Virginia church overflowing with members of the Eaton and Yates families. After the ceremony, everyone retreated to a barn that had been transformed into an elegant setting with tiny white lights, bales of hay, and corn stalks for a festive Thanksgiving dinner reception. The food, music, and down-home atmosphere turned into a party that went on well into the early morning hours. "No," Mia said truthfully. "At Xavier's reception, I overheard someone at my table talk about having to drive more than 20 miles to the nearest hospital just to have some blood work done because the local doctor had moved away. Driving 40 miles round trip to have blood drawn when it can be done in a doctor's office and sent off to a lab is ridiculous in this day and age, Dee." That's when I decided to stay an extra week and check out whether my medical training could best be utilized in rural West Virginia. Mia had gone online and inquired about employment opportunities for doctors on West Virginia's Department of Health and Human Services website. And before the end of the week, she had an interview. When she was told that the only doctor in the small town of Jonesburg was semi-retired, she decided to accept an offer to assist the elderly family physician. A hint of a smile tilted the corners of Denise's generous mouth. "So, my high-maintenance cousin is going to trade in her designer threads for flannel and work boots to become a small-town doctor. That's a small sacrifice when compared to offering people, many of whom are living at or below the poverty line, adequate medical care." Denise sobered. "You've changed, Mia." "In what way?" she asked. A beat passed and Chandra opened her eyes. "We used to call you Little Miss Tish." Mia blinked and then went completely still, holding her breath until she felt her chest tightly constrict. Her eyes narrowed as she was forced to breathe. "Are you saying I act like my mother did?" Letitia Sanders Eaton had never gotten along with her in-laws, and the feeling was mutual. There were many years when Mia didn't see her Philadelphia cousins because Tish Eaton thought they were too boorish for her taste. She hadn't agreed with her mother's assessment of the rest of the Eatons. So when she'd applied and was accepted at a number of colleges, Mia decided to attend the University of Pennsylvania so that she would be close to her relatives. Despite promising her father that she would attend his alma mater, Texas Southwestern, for medical school, she'd exercised her newfound independence even more and attended Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. She gave the soon-to-be mother a sidelong glance.